Hi, I'm Angela Myers, here to elevate your mind, body, and spirit. So, what do you think of when you think of the words loving yourself? That's a concept that flies around there a lot these days, and there's, I think, all kinds of different meanings attached to that. So, I'm going to offer a perspective on what that means. Firstly, I don't know about you, but when I first started to hear this thing about loving yourself, I'd kind of roll my eyes about it, like, oh, come on. It sounds self indulgent, self focused, self oriented, self. And I was at a stage in my life where it was always about other people, giving to others, thinking of others, putting others before yourself, loving others. This is a lot of religious conditioning that I was raised in. So at first, I didn't even like the concept because it sounded so selfish. However, I have come to see through coaching, through reading, through having great mentors, through my own personal spiritual journey, that at the core of everything that we want to change in our life and that we want to change in our world, it comes back to the ability to love yourself. There's a scripture that I think gets distorted. It says, love others as you would yourself be loved. Or you could say, do unto others as you would do to yourself, or love others as you would love yourself. It's paraphrased different ways. The message I got from that was that I should just constantly be loving of others and thinking of others and doing to others. And in my mind, it was others first, me last. But if you actually think about that concept, it says, as you would to yourself. And I can't tell you how many people I have run across that are extremely rude, cruel, mean, unkind to themselves. So how would they be able to love perfectly? How would they be able to give perfectly? How would they be able to hold others in the highest level of unconditional love if they've never even felt that inside of themselves? I began to explore that in my own journey. I found that the more I dialed into a source of unconditional love from inside myself, the better and more perfectly I was able to love those around me, the more joy I was able to offer, the more grace, peace, all the things that at a foundational level change the world we live in and change ourselves. But it wasn't until I was able to experience inside myself first. So this whole concept of self-love now I see as being the crux of what will change the dynamics of our world, the dynamics of our culture, the dynamics of our families. It ripple effects on so many levels, but it starts in here. If you don't love yourself, you will not be able to give unconditional, pure love to others or to receive it perfectly from others. So how do you do that? How do you even experience that? In every counseling session that I do, I'm a life coach, so people think, oh, okay, life coaching is goals, plans, dreams, maybe working on some problems, getting rid of some anxiety, some depression. I found the longer I do this, at the core of all that stuff, yes, I have tools and techniques we can use to help, work with your mindset and limiting beliefs and reprogramming some of those things, gaining some skills, but down at the very, 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 very core. If someone has never sat in a place of just feeling unconditional love inside themselves and peace and joy, all those strategies and techniques we can use, yes, they'll make some change, but they won't truly transform from the outside down, truly transform from the inside out. So a tool that I use to help people know what this even feels like if you have never felt within yourself unconditional love is to imagine the first time that you held a baby, maybe your own child, maybe a grandchild. And when you looked at that baby, what you felt in your heart. For most people, the baby is doing absolutely nothing. It's laying there, maybe it's crying, maybe it's sleeping, maybe it's messing in its diaper, who knows? It's doing nothing. It's just being. And the love that the person holding the baby feels for that baby is just genuine, unconditional, meaning there are no conditions attached to that feeling of love. It's just effortlessly flowing as they're gazing upon the baby and holding it and feeling these amazing feelings. That is how it feels if you hold yourself in that way, inside yourself, and you just imagine that feeling of doing absolutely nothing except being, existing, and there being so much love and unconditional acceptance and grace for yourself the way you would have for a baby. Turning that inside yourself and feeling it. That feeling you can dial into literally any time of the day or night, wherever you are. Some people use meditation, gratitude, journaling, mantras. Those are all helpful tools, but they're not, you be careful not to segment saying, I can only feel those things when I'm practicing meditation. I can only feel those things when I'm journaling. I can only feel those things when I'm listening to music or when I'm praying or whatever that is. It's not limited. I also like to use this analogy that at any given moment, exactly where you are, there are radio frequencies all around you that you can't see with your eye. Meaning if you had a receiver, a radio, and you turned onto that dial, boom, instant reception, you would hear a song. And if you turned it to a different radio station, boom, instant reception, there's country music. There's jazz music, there's rap music, there's pop music. You can dial in at any moment, even though if the radio is off, you hear it's dead silent around you. The radio frequencies are still there. So when we want to dial into that feeling of unconditional love, all those rich feelings inside ourselves, they are constantly swirling around us that you can't see. These are vibrations and frequencies you can't see. But as you learn to be the receiver for that, and you learn to dial in, boom, you can get that channel with clarity. You can get a powerful song or whatever that is coming in. You are learning how to be the receiver for this beautiful unconditional love that's constantly circulating and flowing around you. And that just takes practice. At first, it's going to feel uncomfortable. It might take some effort at first, just like anytime we learn a new skill, it's repetition that makes us better and better and better at it. And we go through different stages of learning. When I first teach this concept, at first, someone might experience it only a couple times a week. Oh yeah, I felt it when I saw the sunset. Or, oh yeah, I really did feel that when I was driving this week and a song came on the radio. I felt it. So they start to attach like, oh, that's what that feels like to receive that channel. And then it happens more and more frequently. As we go through this journey and as we gain more and more mastery, obviously through a lifetime, we would love to be at a place where we're just living in that frequency day in and day night, and we never get distracted or off the dial from it. That's a practice. Again, that's a goal for a lifetime. And the more we are aware of it and dialing into it, the more we can feel and receive and channel it. So that's my take on self-love. Again, if everybody could be walking around in that energy, can you imagine what our universe would be like, what our world would be like if we were all just in a place where we had so much unconditional love? Really, when you're in that place, nothing can offend you or shake you or bother you or anger you. You're not hurting other people. You're giving and receiving love. And I really think that now, whereas years ago I would have said that was selfish and self-centered, now I really see how in my life that is the core and the center of all that I am, and how I am able to give and love other people at a completely different level than I was before. So I hope you found something helpful in this today. I hope you're able to start dialing that radio frequency in and hit that channel and just receive all the love that's out there, just waiting for you to tap into it. If you have any questions, reach out. If you haven't subscribed yet, click the link here below. You know you need this stuff. It's good for you. It's enriching your soul. It's connecting you with the most powerful and truest sense of who you are. Have a great day.